Let's hit record and do our intro, and then we'll continue this discussion. Oh, was that Joseph?
Hello.
Oh my God, it's Joseph.
I just hit the record button, and you just hopped in. Perfect timing. Hi,
We were
Joseph.
just about to do the podcast. We figured you weren't coming, so we're about to get started.
But I texted that I was here.
Well,
there's the cold open.
Did not get the text.
I'm on Do Not Disturb.
This is the Player 4 Podcast. Join us each week as we talk about video games, entertainment, and pop culture, and bring in guests from the Rooster Teeth community. Player 4 has entered the game.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Player 4 Podcast.
What? Hello, I am Tristan, aka Shagrazir, on the Rooster Teeth website.
I am Alex, aka Chaos Black 21.
I am Malachi, aka Suki Kiba.
And I'm Joseph Dunlap.
Say the
He
whole
gets here
thing.
late, and then he does this thing. It's
He
kind
doesn't
of...
yeah.
piss me off.
It
Yeah.
doesn't get old at all. I'm Jay Dunlap on the... I'm Joseph, that's my real name, and on the Rooster Teeth website you can find me as J Dunlap, the letter J.
Wait, there's
This
another
episode
J.
brought to you by the
Not-
letter J.
Not
Guys, I
even
made it.
J-A-Y.
I made it through the intro.
The letter J brings us phrases like, just f*** it.
Bleep.
And lots of other bleep.
And other bleep.
Oh, God.
So, we figured we'd have a little chat today and make it nice and short and sweet and get the flip out of here. Malachi has finally gotten into the heart of doing stuff for his upcoming LARP, so I wanted him to tell us what he's actually been doing, because I want to know what kind of work he thinks he does. I don't think it's work.
Handle
So,
the heart of the stuff.
right? Alex brought up a Pokemon thing, and then we got into a discussion about some anime. So that's what we've got today, Joseph.
That sounds great.
I feel like I'm on an episode of Dora the Explorer. You found it! That sounds great!
Transition or no transitioning. Oh man.
Oh, man. So, without further ado, Malachi, please, what is it that you have been doing lately that's got you so busy that you forget to hang out with me and you haven't even been participating in the Love Live event?
Wait, hold on. I want to take a guess first. It's Valorant into 100 Worlds.
So good. Amazing. How you guess?
No.
How guess?
Well, for me, since I also taken time off, I don't want to be interrupted during the event. So I've been trying to pound out every little tiny thing at work I could possibly.
Raising.
Last weekend, so it was last weekend, so I don't know if I mentioned it or what I mentioned about what I do for the event already. We went up and set up the showers at the place that we're doing the event, because we have a custom-made shower.
That sounds hot.
Go ahead, Malachi. Keep going.
You popped up a tent with your friends.
So
Okay.
we set up. We had to set up that. We also set up our maze, and we set up the 2 carports that we use for the food or eating area and cooking. And that was what I did this past weekend on Saturday, and then just getting my camping supplies around, making sure I have everything. Wednesday went shopping or helped my dad shop for food for the event because he participates in the cooking. Spent like $700 on 35 people for 3
Pig?
No.
Oh. Okay, that sounds legitimately sad.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Now he sounds like a donkey.
we also just getting things around. We got to get we rent a porta potty for the transportable bathroom things you can get.
The fourth.
Porta-John.
So we got one of those
Transportable.
that we rent, and then just making sure everything's set for the event, and also reading up on the story. We have our own personal form for the event that gives the backstory on the theme for our LARPing, and
Okay,
just fills us in on everything.
I have to say this because I don't get to do puns too much often, but would you call it a transpotable?
Get out.
I'm here every night, every Wednesday night.
It was so bad.
How bad was it?
So bad, I went blind.
Wow. Alright, that's all I got.
I'm
That's
sorry,
for
Val.
sure.
I'm sorry I screwed up your stuff. I mean, it sounds really cool though. Like all the building and just how big of an event it seems like it's like this is every year for you.
Well, we've been doing it for the past 20. Well,
Holy crap!
I wasn't the one that started it, but the group that I'm with has been doing it for the past 20 or close to that.
That's insane.
Yep.
I mean, if you think about it, I started role-playing in 2007, so I've been regular role-playing D&D and stuff for 10 years now.
Well, yeah, I know, but like doing this, like,
Well, this isn't just a group of young
LARPing.
kids. These are people that are in their 40s that started that.
It would be hard for a group of kids to have been doing it for 20 years.
yeah.
I would just meant to point out that, we're halfway there.
Yeah. But, so, I started going up when I was about 12 because we also have an age limit just so that people aren't responsible for other kids so they don't have to worry about when they're drinking and stuff, a kid getting a hold of something they shouldn't be.
Yeah, because 12 and 18 are like the same age.
Well,
I mean, 12
it's
and
just...
18. They're the same age. They're just backwards. One's just in a mirror.
It's just that a 12-year-old will hopefully listen a little better than someone younger.
Than the angsty 18-year-old.
I think that you haven't raised children. 12-year-olds are...
Okay, fine.
It's probably the worst age.
Some of the people there, there has been weed up there before. That's another reason why, is keep the younger kids away from stuff they shouldn't be, because people are mindful of it.
Yeah, I'm still sitting here going the lower age limit should be 18, not 12.
Well, no. If they're 12 when they're there, they still have to be watched by their parent. It's just to keep things a little more, manageable instead of like little. Like it's.
I get what you're saying. You don't have 5 and 6-year-olds running around screaming and getting into trouble. But I'm just thinking that 12 is probably still too young, considering the type of event that it is.
So that's the event that's happening this weekend, actually, in 2 days. So
this weekend. So we'll get to hear about your adventures then, and if you slain any dragons.
I probably won't be saying anything. I'll be trying to get the NPCs. So I'll be. Or, sorry, not NPCs. I'll be trying to get the people.
I was going to say, you're going to kill all the NPCs so the players don't have anything to interact with?
So you're going to tell us all the PCs that you killed?
Or attempted to.
Whoa.
Last year, I was wandering, hunting spiders. Just a nocturnal spider that actually actively goes after prey. So, and I had a respawn time. We kind of did kind of an open world kind of thing to begin with. So, I was wandering around just randomly attacking PCs.
I know that right now politically correct isn't very popular, but come on, man. Fuck you guys.
I got it like 5 seconds later.
Anyway, so
thank you, Malachi. I was wondering if you'd purchased any stuff so that you could be dressed as whatever monster you're going to be playing.
No comment.
Apparently.
Okay, then.
So, Malix, you told us that there was...
Wait, did you just say Malix?
Yes.
God, no. This is not Malix Kai.
Malix Kai. Jalix, tell us about your stupid thing going on with GameStop.
My stupid thing? You mean GameStop stupid thing?
The thing you told me was stupid, and you got really heated about it, so I want to know.
So I found out, thanks to some people that I'm in a chat with, it's that this event started on the 14th, so 2 days ago from when we recorded this podcast, that GameStop is now releasing a code. You know how they do every now and then for games, they'll give you a code that gives you something in the game, like, here's a code for this shiny armor, or in this case, Pokemon, here's a code for this special Pokemon that you get. But there's nothing special about this Pokemon that they're releasing. It's a Salazzle, which can be a little difficult to get in the game because the only way you can get a Salazzle is you have to get a female Salandit, because only females evolve into the Salazzle, and the females only show up like it's a very small, very, very small percentage. And so it just takes a little bit of effort and patience to get it, but you can get it in the game. And so then I'm like, okay, I look at the picture. Well, it's not shiny, so that's another thing wrong with it. And then the last thing is, like, you look and see in case there's any moves that maybe it learns a special move or something. But from what we were reading online, It learns all just general moves that it can learn. It has one move that you have to learn through breeding with other Pokemon to get the move. But once again, you can get it in the game. You just have to breed it with other Pokemon. Once again, just a little more effort. So I think this is stupid. I don't know why they're doing it. It's basically, here's a Pokemon if you don't want to actually take the time to play the game to get.
So the Salazzle not so cool?
No, the Salazzle is not so cool. And I never really get any of the GameStop codes anyways, if they ever release stuff. Well, I just think it's funny that like this is a special event and it's really not special. It's like, how about a legendary or something like that? But maybe that's all Pokemon was willing to give them. Good old Nintendo, they're like, nope, you only get this.
Okay. At least it's free, right? You said it was free?
Yeah, you just have to go up to the register and ask them for the code.
So
pretty much like
only,
always.
There's only the embarrassing factor of saying I want this even though it sucks.
Yeah, hey, could I have the Salazzle event code? And if I was there, I would laugh at you.
Yeah, if you were the one behind the counter. Can I have the Salazzle event code? You sure you want it? Yeah. So, hey, okay, whatever you say, kid.
Was it holding an item?
Pretty much.
Or...
I'd be like, here you go, here's your code, and then I'd rip it and I'd be like, go get it in the game.
Is it holding an item or anything that might have been what would have contributed to it?
It did not. Okay, so I read the thing. I can bring up what exactly the stuff says because we were talking about it in the chat, in the other chat I was in. Okay, so it says, get a battle-ready Salazzle. This venomous poison and fire type Pokemon has its signature corrosion ability, which is normal. It's not even the hidden ability, which enables Salazzle to make even usually resistant steel and poison type Pokemon badly poisoned using its potent toxic move, which toxic is not a special move for it either. It's a normal move. And that's really all it says for it. So as far as we know, it doesn't get any special item for it either. It's literally just a normal Salazzle that you get a move that you would have to breed for
in order to do that.
But now, well, I mean, with this one you don't. But normally you would have to breed to get it. That's it. But it's still achievable without the secret code.
Must be. Maybe it's just showing. It's like, hey, we're attempting to still do this kind of thing, but we really don't give a crap.
Yeah, even though in what is it now, 2 months or so 3 months they're releasing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. In 1 month I believe they're releasing Gold and Silver.
Remake.
Yeah, the Gold and Silver remake that you get through the online store, which I can't wait because it's gold.
Okay.
Gold and Silver is my favorite. That's my favorite gen still is Gen 2, so can't wait for that. Haven't even looked at any Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon.
So what led us to the other conversation we started talking about? I don't know what led to it.
Yeah, I was asking Tristan if he had seen Soul Eater before.
Oh.
Yes, I have. I believe I've seen like portions of episodes, probably even the whole first episode, but it wasn't something that really captured my interest and kept me around. And I do believe a lot of the problem was Death the Kid and his weapons, just because that sort of story element that isn't really a good story element is a big turnoff for me in anime.
But Tristan, he shoots his guns with his pinkies.
I forgot that, honestly. I had to picture it for a moment.
Yeah, he has him upside down and he shoots him with his pinkies.
Upside down and pulls the triggers with his pinkies. So now I have even more reasons to hate him. Reasons that I had forgotten.
Yeah.
He's got to be symmetrical.
You can be symmetrical without pulling triggers with pinkies, you know? By pulling them the right way with your index finger. It reminds me of, we used to get, like, water guns and Nerf guns as kids, and my youngest brother, always had just a problem pulling triggers with his index finger. He just didn't have the, hand strength or finger strength for it. So anytime he was holding a toy gun of any kind, like a Nerf gun or a water gun, he was pulling the trigger with his middle finger instead. It's like, that's, not how you hold it, dude.
Well, Death the Kid is really doing not the way you're supposed to hold guns. But I guess the creators thought it was cool and different. But yeah, you were saying how the girls that are his weapons kind of are one of the reasons that you are kind of turned off of the anime because they're so gratuitous.
It's really, really gratuitous, and the manga's worse, according to Malachi.
Well,
yeah,
the one,
but you don't remember the
beginning.
cat whip.
I don't, because I didn't get that far. And
she's in the first episode.
I didn't remember her.
She's not in the first episode. Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's is it not Blair?
Let me see if I recognize it.
It's
doing an image search of her.
The cat. It's the cat that they thought was a witch. She used the pumpkin magic, and they killed her, took her soul to make soul into a soul eater weapon, but it was a cat soul, not an actual witch soul.
Yeah.
So
it's as though the only joke this show knows how to make is tit grabbing. I did an image search for the cat witch, and that's all that comes up. And of course, is Death the Kid with his weapons. It's like, is this the only joke the show knows how to make? This is so beneath me. I can't even.
It's a good anime, and
it is
lot
so
of people
beneath me. I can't
enjoy
even.
it. A lot of people. I wouldn't say it's like critically acclaimed because it's not one of those like really like like the movies like 50 centimeters per second or something, whatever those movies are. But in terms of like anime, it's well respected.
Alex, I can't even.
You can't even?
I can't even.
Well,
these images have caused me to forget how to even.
Well, I got the anime because it's one of my favorites. Got the entire series because it all came together. So I just will never, ever watch it with you. So you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, all those shows that you and I watched together.
I mean, we tried to watch Ruby at the same time, but my internet had to go poopy.
Yeah, somebody's internet decided to suck. Speaking of Alex's favorite anime, I remember Fairy Tail was one of his favorite anime. And then I'm going to segue this into, or expounding on my own D&D game, and say, didn't you just recently become even more like your favorite anime?
Yes, and I was actually telling this to my coworker, Buddy, who we're actually him and I are going to see the second Fairy Tail movie this Saturday.
I wish anime in theaters at my hometown.
Well, I have to drive a half hour to get to it.
That's not bad at all.
Anime is in movie theaters in Boston. Brattle often plays it, and there's this other theater that I forgot the name of that does it too.
Well, nice for you guys. Go ahead, Alex.
But yeah, so I was telling this because I was like, so I kind of based my character, who's a Dragonborn in our D&D game. I gave him lightning, which is one of the character's magical powers, but I based him off of the main character, Natsu of Fairy Tail, who is fire, but later on in the series, he is able to absorb the lightning guy's power, and so he's able to use his breath attack, also fire and lightning combined.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tristan, that sounds scary.
Well, Tristan gave me, he didn't give me. We found a set of armor that when I wear, I get the ability to get a second element, and that second element combines with my first element with my breath weapon. So I've essentially I can become actually Natsu, and you get fire as my second element, and I have fire lightning.
There you go. It's very exciting.
The special thing, though, is that I can change it, though, after a long rest, so I don't have to stick with that. Like right now, I'm poison lightning.
Poison lightning also sounds scary. I just imagine that green lightning shoots out of your mouth and people get poisoned as it electrocutes them, which is terrifying.
Ah!
And then they just die.
Well, it's not that powerful, but I am happy to see that you helped me out a little bit and made it a little bit more powerful by letting me add my charisma modifier to it. So
yes, it's already really powerful for it to deal secondary element. So I had before me an option: do nothing, increase the damage die, or increase the bonus. And I figured that the increase on the bonus had a better average damage increase without sounding overpowered. It's like, oh, it does another die?
I hear a vacuum.
Yeah, they keep turning it on in the room next to me. It's the second time it's been on, so I'm just gonna keep talking until it stops.
Okay. Yeah, I just think it's really cool. We've found a couple of super magic items here recently. You said you have others that you've made and you've
hidden throughout the world.
Hidden throughout the world, even though you don't know quite where they are.
Some of them I don't. Because some of them are moving right now.
And there's even a possibility that we never end up seeing those or some of those items. So I just love kind of what you've done with the world and how much you fleshed it out, especially in these last few times. Like you're, even though I can't see it because I still haven't updated my Skype, so I don't know if it'll work, but you've begun showing the party like an actual map and where we're going.
I've got kind of a rudimentary map of the city you're in, showing buildings and streets and the like. So they've been able to navigate around, choose where they wanted to take turns and what buildings they wanted to investigate. Which was, it was a good improvement, because I'm sitting here, I've got all the maps and everything worked out in my head, and then I'm trying to describe them to the party, and it's never certain if my description is good enough for the party to really make informed decisions or not.
In battles, we are like still okay because I don't know, that's like a smaller area, so you don't have to worry about as much. But yeah, when you're like traveling through like a city or land somewhere, that you could kind of have your mind's eye like create something, but it's never quite what the DM actually sees it as.
Yeah, everything's an interpretation of an explanation.
Yeah, and so it's always like in the past, it'd be like, okay, where do you want to go? Well, I want to go to this place, and it was almost kind of just thought of as, okay, you get there somehow. We don't actually know the path because we don't see a map anywhere. But now here, the last 2 sessions, you're like, okay, where do you want to go? Do you want to take this path to get to this location? Do you want to take this path to get to that location?
Right.
So
now
we have
more options.
Yeah, more options than just, we want to go to the palace. Okay, you're going to go to the palace. I can't really tell you all the different ways, so there's just this one way.
I just describe the route you take and describe everything that's on it.
So I got a path that I need to ask you guys about.
Okay.
The path of getting the flip out of here?
Yes, we're done.
You take a left.
Yeah.
And go down 100 yards
until you see a guy.
A guy in a yellow
raincoat. His name is Hank. I'll take you to the Whopper lair.
If you don't get there in 10 minutes, we eat your food.
That's as good a note as any to end on. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Hashtag goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'll say bye for Joseph. Joseph saying goodbye.
Yeah, wow. Joseph had internet issues. For once, I didn't have internet issues.
Joseph's internet.
Right.
I like he says, be right back, and never comes back.
Burb.
Lol. JK.
It's okay, Joseph.
I'll be right back.
I think we did without him. He comes right at the end. Joseph, say goodbye.
Say goodbye, Joseph.
Yep. Goodbye, everybody. I fixed it.
He's wearing glasses, so I can't
just
see his
in
eyes.
time.
He's wearing sunglasses, but it's not at night.
Yeah. Oh, podcast. Good night, everybody.
There you go.
Thanks to the following patrons for making this video possible. Support us at patreon.com/player4podcast.